coming up here on Super Sunday, we do have a match between Liverpool as they take on Celtic. And also after that, we do have the London Derby as Chelsea will face Spurs. Hello everybody and welcome here in the studio for Super Sunday as Super Sunday returns after a few weeks hiatus as we are back here on the favourite show of Super Sunday on Sky Sports. As I am joined by my fellow pundit aside me, Andy Gray. And Andy, big matchup here for the game here between here Celtic and Liverpool at Anfield. And what is your thoughts in this game on who will get the result out of these two sides of Liverpool and Celtic? Because Liverpool are a team that are really looking themselves to be in that top four position in those Champions League places after a poor few defeats, and they are getting back into winning ways now, Liverpool, and finally about for all they've got themselves back into winning ways in the last few weeks, getting results after losing a few games at home during the mid part of this season. And they got Celtic, a team who are not doing great so far in the Premier League as they are in the relegation zone, and it could be them heading down into the Championship next season if they carry on like this in results after losing games back to back to back. And do you think that now that Celtic could do anything also in the game to get a result over Liverpool away from home? Well, it's a massive game, we all know, for Liverpool especially because they're the home team. They're back in winning ways slightly now, and they're getting back on track, they are, as a team. As for Celtic, they're not being themselves. They've been a team now dropped down to 19th place after when Rangers won 3-0 against Arsenal in their last league matchup. And we know that for Celtic, they are not being themselves, and they haven't really got a massive win since beating Brighton 5 weeks ago, but they have drawn 2-2 recently at home to Sheffield United, and that was a massive result for Celtic if they had to win that game to try and put the pressure on Sheffield United and Wolves in that battle for relegation. But it seems like Celtic have given up themselves. They've given up, they've had in the last few games, you know, losing matches now after drawing to Sheffield United, and they're not being themselves. But Liverpool's going to be a different game for Celtic, and they're going to really probably struggle this match unless they might get themselves a massive away victory, because Liverpool are very good at giving away wins to away oppositions at Anfield this season. That could be them by the end of this game here today. All they've got to do, Celtic, during the matchup is start believing, and let's see what happens in the match if they can do that by the end of the match. But for Liverpool, I feel on paper they are the favourites to win this match. Thank you very much there, Andy, and let's get straight to the game here, live at Anfield. It will be Liverpool as they're going to face here against Celtic. And let's get to the game here on the first matchup on Super Sunday. And let's get to the matchup right here, right now for this afternoon as Liverpool will take on here against Celtic. A big matchup will be stored for us here for this afternoon on Super Sunday. As we know, Liverpool are a team that we know that for them back in winning ways in the Premier League after obviously defeated Rangers last week in their Premiership match, and they are back into, let's say, winning ways after winning that UEFA Champions League second leg to Chelsea a few weeks back, and they're slightly getting back into winning ways at home again for the first time during the mid-season of the Premier League. But as for Liverpool, we do have the team, Alisson in goal. We also have Andy Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Matteo with Thiago, McAllister, and Sabitzer with Darwin Núñez, Leao, and also Rafinha playing for the Liverpool team here for this afternoon. It's a bit raining, by the way, here at Anfield, pouring down. And Celtic are the visitors in this game here this afternoon, as they've got a very good team for Brendan Rodgers, his former club he used to manage a few years back as Liverpool manager, as he goes with Joe Hart in goal. He has Cameron Vickers and Tom Lockyer, and also with Chris Wood up front, Nathan Redmond, Callum McGregor in that midfield. We also got Nakamba as well playing, and also as well Maeda as well, the Japanese forward also is coming to play in the game for Celtic also. And Morgan Gibbs-White in that midfield also will be a very good unit for the Celtic team to get anything, a possibility of a victory by the end of this matchup. So here we go, and let's see what happens from this match. So here we go, kick-off on the way here between Liverpool and Celtic. And kick-off underway right now. Here's Liverpool start things first. Now McAllister. Now here's Robertson. And obviously Celtic obviously are a team that not doing as great so far in the Premiership. In the relegation zone in 18th place. And they are feeling a little bit hopeless in the last few weeks, of course. You know, dropping points to Sheffield United was a massive blow it was for Celtic. Because they want to try and obviously win that game. And put the pressure on Sheffield United and Wolves. And there's a chance for Liverpool to score. Oh, the ball's bouncing towards the goal. But luckily Joe Hart got there in time. And now he clears the ball out away from danger as possible. Here's now Thiago. And now Alexis McAllister. Now all the way here now to Carter Vickers now. Now Wood. Shots. Oh, very close. And Brendan Rodgers right there is obviously a little bit happy to see Celtic got a bit of a chance in this game. Got themselves a corner because of it as well. Punch away there from Alisson. And now a shot there gone wide. And that was Chris Wood right there, strikes it. But right in that bottom corner. And now we've got ourselves a goal kick in the game as we speak. Now Alisson now will take the goal kick now. Now a header there from Darwin Núñez. Now Thiago now, here's to Darwin Núñez now on through here now for Liverpool. Could be a goal for Liverpool and it is! 1-0 to the Reds. Liverpool are in front. And what a strike right there from Darwin Núñez in the game. Unbelievable goal, I've got to say there from Darwin Núñez to put that ball right in the bottom corner. And Joe Hart unfortunately right there could not get to that. And now it's 1-0 to Liverpool in the game. Did not take long at all for Liverpool to be in front. And what a goal there for Darwin Núñez in the game here for Liverpool so far. And let's see what happens here. Can Celtic get back in the game? Because they are behind here by 1-0. Now here's Chris Wood. Now here's to Miede. Good defending there from Konate. And now Sabitzer. And now here's to Thiago. Now good the cover there from Celtic here. And now Tom Lockyer. Now Nakamba. Now here's Morgan Gibbs-White here for Celtic. And there's a chance for Celtic to score. And that's gone wide. Brilliant chance it was though for him to actually get a goal here for Celtic. They had two good chances by the way, Celtic by the way, but they have gone wide. And one was saved for the goalkeeper for a corner to prevent by. Now here's Matteo now lost it back now the ball. Now Celtic now really got themselves a chance here. Covering the ball now, Nakamba now to Wood. Wood holds the ball. Now Gibbs-White has a shot, but saved right there for the goalie. For Alisson, and now we've got ourselves a corner in the matchup here for Celtic. Cross into the box. Right in the keeper's hands there, nice and comfortable there from Alisson. And now here's Leao. Now Rafinha. And now Thiago. Head away. Now Sabitzer. And now we've got a minute to go left of the game now. It's Andy Robertson. And now Chris Wood. Has a shot, but saved right there from Alisson. Now corner. Cross into the box. Head away. And now it's going to be over now for the first half, and it is. For the end of the game here. For the first half. Goes into a 1-0 lead for that goal right there from Darwin Núñez to put themselves in the lead here into half time. As it ends at half time, Liverpool 1, Celtic 0 at the break. We are back here for the second half, and Liverpool do take a very good lead into the break, as now we are back for another 45 minutes of coverage here. As Liverpool, could they try and extend the lead and win the big matchup here over Celtic here for this afternoon? So here's Celtic with the ball here now, Chris Wood. Now he's back to Thiago now, to Sabitzer now for Liverpool. All the way there to Darwin Núñez, offside has been given. So that's going to be a free kick in the game in the matchup here for Celtic. Celtic free kick, and also double substitution has been made as well for Liverpool and for Celtic's team in this game. And we'll see what happens from here. Could Liverpool really hold out this win? Because at home in the last 4 or 5 games during the mid through of the season, they've lost a few home games. They've lost to Newcastle especially, United, Arsenal, and they've dropped down the table slightly. And then obviously that massive win over Chelsea in that Champions League game has really put the momentum back onto Liverpool's name after beating Rangers from their last matchup, and also trying to get back in good positive results for Liverpool. And now's a chance for Celtic here for maybe a goal, maybe so. Save! Mayede gives White, and he scores! And Celtic are back level for the first time in this game. One apiece in this matchup, as Celtic had multiple chances to score against the goalkeeper Alisson, as it blocked off of Alisson. A few blocks right there to the defender, but however Morgan Gibbs-White got that finish into the net, as now Celtic are level in the match. And now Liverpool got themselves a level in this matchup so far. That is brilliant to see. Now here's Rafinha. Now Rafinha now running through here for Liverpool. And now here's to Tom Lockyer. Now here's Taylor. Now all the way to Gravenberg. Now here's to McAllister. And now Sabitzer has a shot. Save right there for goalie. And now it's going to be a corner here in this matchup here for Liverpool. Crossing the box. Header. Goal for Darwin Núñez. And what a cross there from Trent Alexander-Arnold to head that ball to the Uruguayan for the second time in the game. And now Liverpool are back in front to the good here. What a header right there from Darwin Núñez. And he's been absolutely terrific. He's been in this game so far. The only player for Liverpool to score in this matchup here this afternoon. And Joe Hart couldn't do anything about that, unfortunately so. But a great header right there, however, from Darwin Núñez to get that ball past Joe Hart. And now it is a goal there in the matchup to make it 2-1. And Klopp is going absolutely happily ballistic on the touchline and celebrates mad with that goal right there over Celtic in the game. But that's brilliant, I've got to say, in terms of Liverpool so far, getting back the momentum back in the game here. And now here's Rafinha with the ball. Now all the way here now to Taylor. Now McGregor now to Gibbs-White. Now to chance here now to Ballston. Now Haite. Now Mayede has a shot there, and Celtic could have got back to 2-2, but saved there from Alisson. Good save from him. And now here's to Sabitzer. And it's gone all the way there to the goalkeeper of Alisson now. Now here's to Rafinha. And now all the way here now to Darwin Núñez. He's 1v1 to the goalkeeper. And oh, could it be a sweaty pass there, but offside has been given. So here we go now. We've got here a substitution. Ballston comes off the field. And also we have here Sammy Lokonga's coming on instead for Celtic in the matchup so far. And now we do have another substitution, and McAllister coming off, and we have Endo coming on the field. And we do have another, let's say 5 minutes left of the game, I meant, not 10 minutes, I can really apologise. 5 minutes on the clock here, and could Celtic get back in the game to make it 2-2? And now here's Furuhashi now for Celtic. Now Greg Taylor, not long left to go. The clock left the match up here. Now Andy Robertson on the ball back here for Liverpool. On the attack here now. Now it's Darwin Núñez. He's through. This could be 3-1. Hat-trick for Núñez. Gone to the keeper's hands. And a clearance right here now from Tom Lockyer. And for Cameron Carter-Victors in the matchup, and it's going to be over, and it is for full time in the game here at Anfield. An unbelievable, terrific victory right there for Liverpool in the match to get themselves that massive win over the line here for this afternoon. A rainy day, of course, here in Liverpool, as it ended here Liverpool's consecutive result in the Premier League after winning against Rangers a few weeks back, and done the exact same thing here this afternoon by 2 amazing goals from Darwin Núñez, as it ends here Liverpool 2, Celtic 1 at full time. And 2 amazing goals for Darwin Núñez to set Liverpool themselves through a win here at home on Super Sunday in the Premier League. And Andy, Liverpool are back into winning ways the last couple of weeks now. And especially here at Anfield right now, they got themselves that major victory here over Celtic at Anfield. They did make it difficult for themselves slightly, Liverpool, because Celtic did get back in the game and it went 1-1 in the matchup, and time was running out for Liverpool to try and get anything in the game, but Darwin Núñez scored when in the right time to score he does, and he did that in the game this afternoon. Tell us your thoughts on his performance in the game. It was amazing 2 goals for Darwin Núñez. He really played a good part in the game, and he was in the right positions at the right time to score, and Liverpool were the team that got the win over the line. Liverpool did make it hard themselves, as they have been recently in their home defeats during the halfway through period of the Premier League, losing to bigger teams and Newcastle especially. And Celtic almost may have got something in this matchup over Liverpool, but however, Liverpool did show that ruthlessness, their resilience in the game, and they made it difficult for Celtic in some parts in their defence, because Liverpool's attack was great. And okay, the goalkeeper and defenders made it a little bit difficult for him to try and get the second goal for Liverpool in the matchup, but he somehow did at the end of the match to get that 2-1 lead, and well deserved for Liverpool, back into winning ways. And, for them, it's been brilliant in terms of their recent form so far. Winning the UEFA Champions League against Chelsea in the quarterfinals, beating Rangers, beating Rangers' rival Celtic here at Anfield for another home game. And they are in a very good position now in that top 4, or the top 5, let's say. And they are in a very, let's say, positive position they are to try and qualify for the UEFA Champions League for next season. And they're only now a point above, or the exact same point slightly, from Everton. So that's something that they really want to try and look into, because Everton have been absolutely terrific this season. The real underdogs, the dark horses of the Premier League, and the other side from Merseyside doing a lot better compared to Liverpool. It might feel that Liverpool feel a little bit relaxed and a little bit, let's say, a little bit happier now. They're on the exact same level points as Everton going into this result here to Celtic in this matchup. So fair play to the whole team. Good result for Klopp's side. But as for Celtic, they are in losing ways again. And we know they've got another 12 games left of the season, Celtic, to be anywhere closer to survive the drop. Thank you very much there, Andy. And let's get straight now to our next matchup here on Super Sunday. The most talked about game here on Super Sunday, as we have a London derby matchup later on Sunday evening, as we do have Chelsea as they'll take on against Spurs. And let's get to that game right now, live at Stamford Bridge. And we are here for the game for tonight, for Sunday evening, Chelsea versus Liverpool. London derby is stood for us here for this matchup for this evening. There's a lot to play for here over Chelsea and Spurs, as we know that these two teams are up for the battle and up for the fight here against each other. As we all know that Chelsea and Spurs are currently sitting in the exact same positions in the Premier League, as they really have content, obviously, to go all the way and get themselves to qualify for any European competitions they're fighting for, both these two sides, by the end of this season. But as for Spurs, however, they're still in the Europa League, still the only probably favourites left in the Europa League to win the whole entire competition, as they have got, let's say, smaller, let's say, teams like Lille, Shakhtar Donetsk involved in the Europa League, since after when Spurs defeated Man United in the last round a few weeks ago. But we do move on Chelsea's team though. We have Courtois in goal. We do have there Tomori and Desai with Enzo Fernandez and Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Sterling, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham and also Lukaku. But as for the Spurs, however, for their team here for the game for this evening, we do have Lopez in goal. We've got Romero, Van de Ven, Trippier and also Doogie. We also got Bissouma, Fabinho, we got also Harry Kane, Fekir, Song Heung-min and also Kulusevski as well. So it is a strong team this is Spurs have got, and so is Chelsea as well. But we'll see who comes up on top in this match. Chelsea or Spurs? Let's get it underway right now for the match. Now here's Fekir. And now here's Kulusevski. Has a shot, but it's gone all the way now out for a corner in the match. Desai. Now it's Song. Go for a goal, and it is! And straight from kickoff, Spurs have got themselves a goal within 4 minutes in the match. And Spurs have got themselves in front within the first 2 or 3 minutes in the game. And what a brilliant hit right there, I've got to say. Spurs, straight from kickoff, have got themselves through. And now it's 1-0 to top them in the game. Did not take long at all for Spurs to get themselves in front. And what is going on at Chelsea so far to concede early on this matchup. But anyway, Spurs are leading, and there's a lot of minutes to go of the game to see if Chelsea can get back into it. Here's Tammy Abraham though. Holds it there, the ball. Now here's Lukaku. Lukaku's a shot, deflection there for a corner. As it hit right there of the leg of Romero for a corner in this matchup. Great defending there from Christian Romero for Spurs in the game. And they do win themselves a corner kick in the match as we speak. So Mason Mount will take the corner. And he'll put that ball into the box, maybe. Head away from Spurs. Now Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now here's to a ball here for Enzo Fernandez. Holds it there to Lukaku. And now Doogie now to Bissouma. And now here's a throw-in. And now Song. Oh, good little ping there to Kulusevski. And that's gone obviously wide. Or corner, in fact. They actually touched the goalkeeper's hands, actually. They didn't really see that, but it is a corner. And now here's all the way for Spurs here again. Now here's Chilwell. And now here's to Lukaku. Great defending there from Fabinho. Now Fekir. Now Bissouma. Now here's to Fekir. Great defending now. Tomori now the ball. Now Sterling. Now Fernandez. And all the way here to Lukaku, but no. Looks like here that still Chelsea holding it nice and tight. Now Sterling's through. And Sterling scores. And Chelsea are level in the game. Brilliant goal. Brilliant hit in that top corner. And yes, it is 1-1 now in the game. And I am very happy to see that happen for Raheem Sterling. To really put his laces through that in that top corner. And unfortunately Lopez could not even stop, obviously, from Sterling to score. And Postecoglou right there looks furious, he does. As now Chelsea are level in the game. Now back to Tottenham here. Now Harry Kane. Now Kane now running through the ball. Looking for a chance here now for Spurs here now. Here's Fekir. Has a shot. Ooh! Brilliant chance now. And that's going to be a corner in this matchup here now for Spurs. To try and make it 2-1 potentially so. And there's a chance here for Spurs to score, but great save again there from Courtois. Another corner here for Spurs. And now here's to Fekir. Now here's Lukaku. And now here's to Mickey van der Ven now. And now all the way to Lukaku. Now Tammy Abraham. Has a shot maybe. Oh, good defending there from Spurs. And now cover back there. Pass back all the way to Courtois. Now boots the ball away. And it's all over for the first half. And it ends here in the first half of the game. A piece of 1-1 in the match. One goal scored from Sterling, and the other is for Fekir, the Spurs, who scored for Tottenham, as it ends at half-time. Chelsea 1, Spurs 1 at the break.
Manchester City, the kings of English football again. You'll never stop this thing. I will never let you go.
We are back here for the second half, and here we go between Chelsea and Spurs. As one apiece in the first half means that we'll see what happens in the second. As Enzo Fernandez now. Now Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now Mason Mount. And now Mason Mount now in the attack. Mickey van der Ven now to Doogie. And now here's Fekir. Now Harry Kane has a shot and he scores. And now Spurs are back in front. And what a prolific goal right there from Harry Kane. And Spurs do go marching in here at Stamford Bridge. And a very good goal there from Harry Kane. Very clinical goal as well from him. He really timed it as well where he wanted to put the ball. And he puts that right in the top corner past Courtois to make it 2-1 to Spurs in the game so far. So 1-0 to Tottenham. But now Chelsea, here's Sterling now to Lukaku. Now here's to Sterling. Now all the way to Tammy Abraham. And now here's all the way to Enzo Fernandez. Now Tomori. And now Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And Desai. Now Sterling. Now Lukaku. And now Ruben Loftus-Cheek now to Tammy Abraham. Fabinho. Now Kane. Now Kane's through. Has a shot. Oh, gone right to the keeper's hands. And now corner now. Cross into the box here. But oh my god, mistake's been made. And oh my god, Courtois. Unfortunately, the ball went into the hands of Courtois and the ball fumbled to his own net for an own goal. Oh, what a cross though. What a set-piece cross. But looks like Courtois could not even catch that ball as he puts that ball in his own net. And now it is 3-1 to Spurs in the game. And looks like here that Tottenham are definitely walking to a victory here by the end of this matchup. And Spurs have been absolutely great. And Courtois, massive fumble for the goalkeeper there for Chelsea to let that ball go in his own net. Now Fekir now. Coming through here now for Spurs. Has a shot. Oh, brilliant chance though to almost score. But Eric Dyer now obviously comes on the field. And looks like the Cuckoo's come on the field for Chelsea. And we've got another substitution here now for Spurs here now. Romero comes off and Dyer comes on, as I said before. And let's see what happens from this now. Into the box. A header. Oh, save right there for the goalkeeper there, Courtois. Another corner. Into the box. Head away. Head forward. Back to the goalkeeper. And he had to clear it out in a real risky position there. Out for a throw-in now for Spurs. And now it looks like here now we have Sterling now. Is a chance here for Kane. Has a chance to score. Kane! Save right there from Courtois. Another corner here for Spurs. And Kulusevski across again. Maybe an own goal again. Oh, ahead of me while Harry Kane has got that head onto that. And now it's 4-1 to Spurs. What a brilliant goal there. A prolific header right there from Harry Kane. As he showed his real proper talent on the field. And I thought that might be something on that, and I feel that Spurs would have got to that, I think, because Chelsea's defence has been so poor this evening. When Courtois scored that own goal by accident, and also the defender was a little bit weaker in terms of the set pieces that Spurs have actually gained in this match, and they've been absolutely flying here away from home against Chelsea. But here's Fekir now. Not long left till full time to go. Here's to Harry Kane. Now Chilwell. We got, let's say, a couple more minutes left of the game to go, by the way. A couple more minutes. And now there's a chance here now. Now Mount. Whistle blow any minute now for full time. And that's good defending slightly there. That's going to be now the end of the match here at full time at Stamford Bridge. As a massive, massive, massive victory right there for the Spurs team. And also Harry Kane as well. Really got 2 goals in the game. And also a nice prolific header at the end as well. Was absolutely massive right there for that man Harry Kane. To get them their reward of the win here for the matchup. As it ends here at full time. As Chelsea 1, Spurs 4 at full time at Stamford Bridge here for tonight. A massive victory for Spurs. They won here 4-1 against Chelsea here at Stamford Bridge. And I never expected Spurs to come out here and get a win like this away from home to Chelsea. I know Chelsea and Spurs are currently in the exact same positions in the Premier League table, but Spurs really gave a real, let's say, 100% commitment in the game here. And I didn't see much of Chelsea during the matchup, Andy. And what was your final thoughts on the result here for Spurs? It was a massive win for Spurs to show a lot of character, lots of intensity in that matchup to really be the better team to go out to Stamford Bridge and get the result, because usually Chelsea get results over Spurs at Stamford Bridge through the years. But this game here for tonight was a massive, massive result, and they should be very proud of themselves as well for Big Ange's team, especially Harry Kane scoring 2 great goals in the matchup. Massive mistake from Courtois to actually fumble the ball to his own net from a corner set piece from Kulusevski. And throughout the whole second half, Chelsea did struggle in the set pieces to defend from Spurs' corners in the match. And unfortunately, they got their consequences in the match by losing by 4-1 because of it. And Chelsea's defence has been so weak and very dull during this evening, and wonder why Spurs got themselves that massive positive 3 points during the game here for this evening. Thank you very much there, Andy. And now we move on now to the other 8 games before wrapping things up here for tonight for Super Sunday of the 8 of the coverage of the games across the Premier League from this weekend for Matchday 26. And let's get to all those games right now before wrapping up the show here for tonight. A massive goal for Rangers within half an hour in the matchup, and what a prolific hit right there from Andres Pereira to put that ball right in the top corner to put Rangers in the lead in the game as Palace are behind by 1-0 at Selhurst Park. And then, however, Crystal Palace got themselves a goal back in the matchup to make themselves level in the game, as a brilliant goal right there from Mateta to put that ball right past the goalie right there in the bottom corner to put Palace level in the matchup. An unbelievable hit right there on his laces there, and Palace are now back in the game, as now could Palace get themselves that victory over the strugglers of the relegation zone of Rangers. But however, it wasn't the case for Rangers in fact to be level, as Palace got themselves another goal in the game as a real brilliant header in an open net from a save rebound from Samba, and then all the way there to Eze, who headed the ball in an open net into the back of the net there for Palace to be in the lead by 2-1 in the match. And then Tyler Adams for Rangers got himself a goal back to make it 2-2 in the 87th minute of the game, as Tyler Adams skilled past the goalkeeper Dean Henderson and he tapped it in an open net to put Rangers level in the matchup. And that's an unbelievable goal right there from Tyler Adams. Tapped in on the open goal, as now Rangers are now level in the game in the matchup. as the match ended here at full time as Glasgow Rangers got a point over Crystal Palace as it ends 2-2 in the game here at Selhurst Park this afternoon. As an unbelievable early goal right here for the matchup for Newcastle, as Sean Longstaff takes the early lead here for the tsunami of Newcastle United, as now David Raya unfortunately could not go for that save there against Sean Longstaff, as a quick passing right there from Newcastle's attack went to the midfield of Longstaff to finish the ball into the back of the net. And then another goal scored in the matchup here by Miguel Almiron, as Almiron right there scores another goal at the Emirates, as the Arsenal fans are getting so embarrassed here, it looks like, as Newcastle scored 2 early goals in the first half of the game, as Newcastle now are 2 goals up against the Gunners. And then Arsenal got themselves a goal back in the matchup here, as Gabriel Jesus got himself a 1v1 solo on Nick Pope to get the finish past the goalkeeper to get a bit of a lifeline here for Arsenal in the match. And then Newcastle United got themselves a 3rd goal in the game here. A disappointing one just before half time as a set piece cross came in, and then Alan Saint-Maximin got the last touch on that into the goal, as David Raya did not reach that ball, unfortunately, so as a little weak little shot there from Saint-Maximin somehow got inside the goal, as now Arsenal are behind by 3-1 in the match, and they lost the match very disappointingly. Newcastle United, who travel all the way down into London, 7 hours drive from Newcastle to London, as a nice day out here for the Toon Army, as it ends here at full time as Arsenal 1, Newcastle United 3 at the end of the matchup here at the Emirates Stadium. Amazing start here for Man City in the matchup, as Karim Benzema scored in the 25th minute over Leeds United, as a real good run there for the French forward, as he really made it easy for himself to get the first goal for City in the game. And then Man City carried on this momentum, scored another goal in the second half. A header right there again from the French forward again, and that name is Karim Benzema for the 2nd time in the matchup, as 2 goals he scored here this afternoon here at Elland Road. And then Man City got themselves another goal to make it 3-0 in the game, as an unbelievable counter-press here in the match from Lionel Messi, 1v1 to the Goldie Moutier, as now it's 3-0 City, as Lionel Messi scores in front of the fans here of Leeds United at Elland Road here this late afternoon. And then Man City wasn't over just yet though. They carried on putting the press on again over Man City in the matchup, as another goal again here in the match. Cut-in play there from Messi to score another goal, and that was an unbelievable strike from him in the matchup, and no Leeds defenders cannot stop Benzema and also Lionel Messi during this afternoon's game, as a match ended here at full time at Elland Road as Leeds United 0, Man City 4 at full time. As it took Everton late in the matchup to get themselves that goal to put themselves in the lead here at the Amex Stadium, as what an unbelievable cross into the box, all the way right there to Dele Alli to head that ball in the open net, as now Everton have got themselves that goal and that victory over Brighton, as it really was a very tight game between the two sides, but Everton got that goal, that major goal, to put them in the lead and win them the match, as it ends at full time as Brighton Hove Albion 0, Everton 1 at full time. An important goal here for Sheffield United in the matchup at Molineux, as it took Sheffield until their 77th minute of the game to put themselves in front over Wolverhampton Wanderers in the matchup. Absolute perfect strike in that bottom corner to put Sheffield United to win them the game, and they are now 6 points clear of safety in the Premier League, as while Wolves, however, they're only 2 points clear from the drop, as Rangers are 2 points behind from Wolves in 17th place in the Premier League. As the official results here ends at this game here at the Molineux ground, as it ends Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, Sheffield United 1 at the end of the matchup here this afternoon. And a real brilliant start here for Manchester United, as a perfect strike there from Cristiano Ronaldo to put United in front in the second half. No goals scored in the first half. Very quiet between the two sides, but the league leaders of the Premier League put themselves in front here to make it 1-0 here over the Canaries. And then Man United got themselves another goal by the fellow other Portuguese player of Bruno Fernandes, who puts that ball right in the top corner past Angus Gunn, as now Manchester United are now 2 goals in front here against Norwich City. A real perfect goal and a perfect strike right there. Was brilliant right there for the Portuguese, the captain, as it ends here at full time at Old Trafford as Manchester United 2, Norwich City 0, and Man United do play Man City in the next matchup on hopes maybe on being comfortable now to go all the way and win the Premier League title at the end of this season. Downfall for Norwich City though, as they are bottom of the league with 12 points and 9 points now from safety, and that is the end of the game this afternoon. And a real brilliant start here for Brentford in the second half of the match, as Kasper Dolberg, the Danish striker, put Brentford in the lead as the West London side travelled to the east of London and got themselves their nose in front, as Brentford are 1-0 up in the game so far. And then Brentford got themselves a second goal in the matchup to make it 2-0 in the match, as a great run right there from Lewis Potter to score his first ever goal for Brentford this season, as we never ever seen this player get any goals for the Brentford team. And finally, about time, he has got himself his first goal as a Brentford player, as now Brentford are 2 goals up in the game. But however, Lucas Paqueta got himself a goal to make it 2-1. A little consolation goal back in the game. Could be maybe a comeback though, but it looks like unfortunately it wasn't the case for West Ham by the end of the matchup, as Brentford got themselves that massive 3 points in the game, as it ends here at full time as West Ham United 1, Brentford 2 at the match. And a brilliant perfect run right there from Ollie Watkins to almost score in the matchup, but Leicester City got the ball off of Ollie Watkins, went to the wrong play of Jack Grealish, and he hits that ball into the net, as now Villa lead the game by 1-0 in the match. And then Leicester City got themselves a goal to make it 1-1, as a great pass there from James Maddison, passed there to all the way there to Perez, had a shot saved by the goalkeeper, and then went straight back to James Maddison, and he hits that ball in open net, as Leicester are level in the game. And then Leicester City got themselves another goal to make it here 2-1, from 1-0 down to 2-1 here in the game, as an unbelievable goal right there for the captain Kieran Drewsbury Hall to put that ball past Martinez from a free kick set piece. A little bit of passing work going on for Leicester to get that work towards Aston Villa's defence to get themselves that breakthrough, and now Leicester City are 2-1 up here at Villa Park. And then Leicester City got themselves another goal in the matchup here to make it 3-1, as Patson Daka got himself another goal to put Leicester to extend the lead here over Villa, and now it's 3-1 to the good here for Leicester in the matchup so far. And then another goal was scored in the game here for Leicester, also again to make it 4-1, as Daka right there got himself another goal past Martinez, and he's been absolutely on fire so far in the game for Leicester. No Jimmy Vardy on the pitch, as Leicester have done it without him. And just before the end of the game, Patson Daka got himself a hat-trick in the game, as the Leicester City got themselves a little bit of a strange goal, as a shot right there from one of the players for Leicester was saved, hit the post, and then Daka got that last touch into the open net, as Daka scores a hat-trick, And Daka looks like he is the new Jamie Vardy in the Leicester City team since Jamie Vardy's out injured, as he's now the real, let's say, major replacement to Jamie Vardy, and he got himself a hat-trick during the process in the game, as he deserves that match ball, as it ends here at Villa Park. Villa 1, Leicester City 5 at full time. The official results of match day 26 of the Premier League: Liverpool 2, Celtic 1, Chelsea 1, Spurs 4, Crystal Palace 2, Rangers 2, Arsenal 1, Newcastle 3, Leeds 0, Man City 4, Brighton 0, Everton 1, Wolves 0, Sheffield United 1, Man United 2, Norwich 0, West Ham United 1, Brentford 2, and Aston Villa 1, Leicester City 5 at the end of match day 26. For the official table of the Premier League, as we have Manchester United, who are currently top with 61 points, and in second place we have is Man City with 58, while in third position we have is Everton with 52, in fourth place we have is Liverpool with 49, and in fifth position we do have is Aston Villa with 46 points. And then moving now to the bottom half of the table, we know that Rangers now move up to 18th place after that draw to Palace, and even Celtic dropped down to 19th. But Sheffield United are now 6 points clear from the drop. And coming up here on BBC Match of the Day, we do have first versus second, Ronaldo versus Messi, and the Premier League title race will be on between those two sides as they both meet each other next week at the Etihad Stadium. The winner of this game, probably likely, I reckon, will go on and win the Premier League title by the end of this campaign. But that matchup will feature on BBC Match of the Day for next weekend. And that is all from us here from Super Sunday. Myself here today, Richard Keys and Andy Gray. And I hope you enjoyed the entertainment and the drama of the games here broadcasted here on Match Day 26. But until next week for BBC Match of the Day with our fellow presenter and pundit on the other programme on BBC Match of the Day on the British Sports on this YouTube channel, have a very good evening, everyone.